eyes of the world are fixed on Impact Wrestling. This is Hard to Kill. And here it is. And now it is time for Fire and Flavor. Now going for a double armbar here. Deanna Purrazzo is the very best in the Knockouts division. Barbed wire massacre. Oh my goodness! Modification on Emerald Explosion. The shout out to Misawa, Eddie's wrestling hero. The moment we have been waiting for is finally upon us. C4 Spanish fly off the top. One winged angel.
Oh, guys, come on. It's getting a little on here. Let's get back to the hotel. Great job. Great job. You guys have been champions everywhere, big matches. But have you ever felt like you're making history like we were tonight, guys? I mean, this was magic. Everybody's talking about this. Everybody's talking about this. Do the underneath thing like this. That's very nice. That's very nice. Guys, let's go to the hotel. Let's have a little party. Kenny, you ready?
Yeah.
A couple energy drinks, some salmon, good job. This is going to be a good night for us at Impact Wrestling. We're going to get you a massage too, kid. I like it. It's fantastic. It really is. You know, it's just, Oh, hello. Didn't quite catch you sitting there. You got to witness something tonight that no one in professional wrestling has ever got to see, the behind-the-scenes machinations of the Invisible Hand, of the Good Brothers, and of Kenny by God Omega, the real world champion. So while the insects are all sitting in their anthill, scurrying around, wondering what they saw, absorbing it, Kenny Omega and Don Callis and the Good Brothers are already planning what's next. But be patient. Things take time, so I'm going to take a little hiatus for a little while. We're going to go and take care of some business in Jacksonville. But don't worry. Kenny Omega and the Invisible Hand be back. Patience, Grasshopper. Remember, don't think, just feel.
The Skyway Studios, Nashville, Tennessee is the place. Impact Wrestling is on the air. The Invisible Hand continues to manipulate our sport unlike anything seen since the 1990s.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is for one fall. Introducing first the company to the ring by Diener and show touring representing Violent by Design, Eric Young.
Matt Striker and D'Lo Brown with you here on the call as you get a look at the group known as Violent by Design. And D'Lo had Hard to Kill. They certainly lived up to their brand. Absolutely, Striker. They put it out there that they are a dominant force. They're here to wreak havoc and destroy people. You have to start to wonder what exactly is Violent by Design capable of. It's a scary thought. Quite frankly, any damn thing they want. That man is maniacal. He is Eric Young. He believes that our sport is ill and that he must cure them. On the left is sneering Joe Doring. On the right is Diener. Collectively, they are deep Violent by Design, and they are here to save our sport.
His opponent accompanied to the ring by Cousin Jake from Detroit, Michigan, the War Machine, Rhino!
Prize Call Your Shot trophy in Rhino's left hand, and of course, that allows Rhino to pick any type of title match that he wants to get into. Rhino picked the tag team titles, but his partner Keith was injured, so now Rhino continues to fight, waiting for his opportunity. Of course, you see Cousin Jake there as well. Cousin Jake's last name is Diener.
Yeah, those are ties that bind. That's the blood relative there. And Diener turned on Cousin Jake, and oh, look, he saw off quick.
And I think Rhino understands after seeing what Violent by Design did at Hard to Kill, just seeing the monster Joe Doran just be absolutely dominant. I think Rhino understands the sport isn't sick. The sport is just evolving.
The sport is evolving, but the thing is that Eric Young believes in sick, and he wants to cure it. He wants to cure it. Whoa, what happened right there? He wants to cure this business and make it his likeness.
You know, it's interesting, though. We interchange these terms, business and sport. The business can be sick. I get that because ego and pride are involved. But the sport, I think the sport is thriving right now.
The sport is always thriving. It's the sport of kings. It has been around for 150 years. This is the sport of professional wrestling. It is not sick. It is on top and on point right now.
Rhino, who I remember was once called the Rookie Monster, now the Veteran Monster of the Ring Wars. But Eric Young, a veteran within himself, and that is a thumb to the eye. You don't have to go to wrestling school to learn how to do that.
No, not at all. And you don't have to go to wrestling school to learn how to do that either.
Yep. Ryan Hebner, our official, was distracted there, and Eric Young took full advantage. Ladies and gentlemen, follow us at Impact Wrestling. Use the hashtag ImpactOnAccess TV. You know, it's interesting. Mike Tyson had a great quote about social media. He said, social media has made people too comfortable with disrespecting others. Hang on, cover here, and not fearing getting punched in the face for it. I think it's a great quote.
It's a great quote because no one can get punched in the face on the other side of a phone or a keyboard. But when you're right in front of somebody, there's damn things you wouldn't say right to their face.
There's also, I love the fact that today, cover here, wrestling is different. Fans can interact all around the world. And to that point about being disrespectful and not fearing reprisal, look at Eric Young. Eric Young is a man that will walk down the street and tell you what he thinks right to your face and not fear reprisal. Is it because he's tough or is it because he's crazy?
A little of both. It's a combination of both. Eric Young does believe that he is a tough SOB. He is a crazy SOB, and he will do whatever he wants, whenever he wants. That's why he thinks everyone is sick. That's why he thinks he is the cure for not just wrestling, but the world.
Perhaps the disease is in the waters. We are still floating in the wake of Hard to Kill, and all of the athletes in the locker room are still buzzing. They understand their jockeying position. They understand that, look, D'Lo, back in the 90s, we had the Monday Night Wars, right? That's what it was all about, and wrestlers would show up at different shows. They would do things to really get the attention of the world. I think that's where we are right now, perhaps 2.0.
Well, it feels that way, too, with guys from AEW coming here to Impact and guys from Impact going to AEW. It feels like a version of in this industry, in this business.
Here we go now as Eric Young writhing in pain. Rhino on the far side of the ring using the second rope to help him get up. Rhino is carrying a 320-pound frame and all of that weight behind the left-handed clothesline. Eric Young getting up, going in for the attack, met by a back elbow, and now Rhino from the middle of the ring, that strong lower base, sends Eric Young in, and you can see the pain etched on EY's face.
When Rhino hits you with anything, it hurts. He can touch you with his finger and it hurts, let alone a clothesline or a midi core in the corner.
You saw the sneer from Cousin Jake. He knows what Eric Young has done to his reality, his life, and look like right there.
And there, Joe Doran on the outside.
Yeah, Diener got in, distracted Hebner. Touch anyone, so there is no disqualification. But while all this is going on, look at what the monster Joe Doring is doing.
Hebner, turn around, Hebner.
Eric Young now poised for the attack here. Correct me if I'm wrong, this kind of heel look is what he used to almost end Rich Swann's career. Eric Young knows exactly what he's doing right now.
It's a plan, a calculated plan. Brian Hebner's a smart stop it.
Rhino tapped out, and you have to understand what it takes for someone like Rhino to tap out. It was Joe Doring slamming his ankle on the steel rail. That's what started it all, and now look at this.
He might feed his leg into a steel chair. They're going to break his ankle.
They're going to pneumonize Rhino's ankle right here. Look at Diener making cousin. Kick watch! The name is Violent by Design. You have to believe that because the 300-plus pounder was the one that jumped off the ropes, EY knows what he's doing. It's sick. It's also smart in a weird way.
This is a calculated plan. They thought about this, I don't know how long ago. They knew they were going into this match to injure Rhino.
You know, it speaks volumes. I was just going to say that the wrestlers aren't hitting the ring right now. I have to believe that somewhere, grown men are afraid of these three men. Grown men understand that the world is now indeed violent by design.
This is definitely Eric Young's version of the Cure. And right now, I agree, there are men in the locker room who are going, I fear repercussion of running out there.
Rhino being tended to, all that he has given to our sport. Of course, if we have an update on Rhino's condition, we will let you know.
Striker, Eric Young said he's trying to cure this business. To me, it looks like he's trying to do it one ankle at a time.
Brown, you mentioned the sport, the business being cured one ankle at a time. Personally, I don't think the sport or the business is sick, and I think Hard to Kill proved that.
Absolutely right. Hard to Kill proved that the eyes of the entire wrestling world were focused squarely on Impact Wrestling, and what the world saw was a spectacle, tremendous wrestling. But one of the reasons why they tuned in was for our main event.
It says a lot about where Impact's been, where it's going, and it leaves behind what Moose and Rich Swann are left with.
Well, it leaves an air of mystery. It's a tease, as we say in the business. But it's also something where now we need to wonder what's next. What is Moose and Swann going to do? Personally, I'm going to sit back and I can't wait to watch.
All right, fair enough. After Hard to Kill went off the air, Moose continued to make his presence felt. He continues to do so. So let's take a look.
Moose, while I have you here, I just asked Rich the same question. Can I get your immediate feedback on what just happened out there at Hard to Kill?
Rich, I kept my promise when I said from bell to bell, I'll be the best damn teammate you ever had. Well, guess what? Match is over. That title you're carrying around will be mine soon.
I'm done with the games. I'm tired of playing games. Moose, you want to walk around here claiming to be the real world champion? Well, guess what? I'm going to give you the opportunity to prove it tonight. Tommy, listen. Larry D has been set up.
Dude, you've been telling this forever. Enough. Move forward with this. I don't want to hear it anymore. Plus, I want my hat back.
Listen, Tommy, you told me to get evidence, and at Hard to Kill, I went to the Knockouts locker room. And look what I found. Ring rust.
First of all, you shouldn't be in the Knockouts locker room. Second of all, that is really over right now. Everybody's wearing it.
Tommy, him to Lawrence D to use him to shoot Bravo.
How can you be so sure?
Well, if you remember from Wrestler's Court, I learned fingerprint analysis. There's only one person's fingerprints that are on the ring rust and the gun.
Signed huge contracts. The entire Impact locker room took notice. But lately, they seem
a lot of people off, and a lot of people feel that these two feel they can come and go and blur the lines between good and bad. They are indeed beast clips, and that means more than you'll ever know. You see, when they came here, they brought that cool factor to Impact Wrestling. They brought that swag. And now, as the people up in the locker room looked at him, they look at him as turncoats. They look at him as people who are not all in with the Impact roster. They're just transient assassins, doing it for themselves, doing it for their brand, the Good Brothers. So the Machine Gun, Carl Anderson, in all his glory, of course, Doc Gallows. You mentioned they are cocky, they are confident, but they're also incredibly capable, and they're damn good. Listen, call a spade, they're damn good.
Big LG, how many more times do the Good Brothers have to do it?
Oh, baby, we're doing what we do. We made history again.
How many more times do the Good Brothers have to continue proving that the Good Brothers are the draw of the entire wrestling world, baby?
Well, good brother.
January 16th, we set the professional wrestling world on fire when the Machine Gun and the Big LG teamed up with our BizCliz brother, the Best Bout Machine, the Cleaner, the AEW World Champion, Kenny Omega. And we did what we always do when the three of us get together. We make worldwide headlines. It's just what we do.
It's exactly what we do, and it's exactly why we are the placeholders here in Impact Wrestling. The party has been going on since Saturday night. We've barely slept, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because we're holding it down long as we damn well please, because it's that same old recipe, HK. It's that same old recipe. It's a magic killer, a 1, 2, 3, and a just too sweet.
Universally recognized symbol, but hang on a second. We talked about it. This is one of the wrestlers that was particularly put off by the Good Brothers action. That's Chris Sabin. He built this city here.
Gentlemen, I apologize for coming out here and interrupting your good time. I know the two of you just want to treat Impact Wrestling like it's your own personal party bus and all that, but my God! I don't know whether the two of you are hungover still, whether you're drunk right now, or just plain stupid. You see those belts you guys have right there? See, those belong to the Motor City Machine Guns. When we lost those belts, I wasn't pinned. Alex Shelley wasn't pinned. So in my mind, we are the rightful number one contenders, and we want our rematch. We want our rematch.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense that you want to do a little business with the Good Brothers. But the problem is, Chris Sabin, you ain't got no business, Twizeeb, because you ain't got no partner. So take your ass to the back and quit raining on our party.
You're right. You guys are right. Alex Shelley isn't here. You know that. But the thing is, I actually do have a tag team partner, and he just so happens to know a lot about tag team wrestling.
Sorry!
Wow! You want to talk about building impact? This man's sweat and blood is mixed into the concrete of the brick. Over 2 decades of service to our sport, nearly 30 titles, dominated with guys like Chris Harris and Bobby Roode. James Storm is once again back under the Impact banner. This man is a tag team specialist. He has won tag team championships all over this country, all over this world. When you say tag teams in Impact Wrestling, James Storm's your man.
It is the Good Brothers, the Big LG, and the Machine Gun, Carl Anderson. Well, let me introduce ourselves to you guys real quick. This happens to be Chris Sabin, one half of the greatest tag team in Impact Wrestling history. X Division champion, former World Heavyweight champion, myself.
Hell, I'm just a simple man. Here skinning, Johnny Cash listening, SOB from Middle Tennessee, the Cowboy James Mother effing Storm. And you guys happen to have something that we want. You see, you're out here running your flappers saying what you do, what you're gonna do, but I tell you what you don't do, and that is put fear into your opponents when you walk down that ramp. You see, guys, it is time for you to put up or shut up, because I am the man that talks to poop on the mic. If you don't like it, you can take a hike. Huh? Wait, no, that's not it. Hold on, let me do that again. Oh yeah, what I meant to say is sorry about your... What the...
Whoa! What the hell?
Boys and
It's the place to be! What is
Your
this?
eyes do not deceive you. The iconic Big Money Matt Hardy, the Kingmaker, has returned to the Impact Zone. And I'm here now because I officially represent Private Party, two men who have the potential to be the second greatest tag team of all time, behind myself and my brother, obviously. And tomorrow night, on the #1 pro wrestling show in the entire industry, AEW Dynamite, myself and these two men, we have a huge 6-man tag team match against Matt Sydal and Top Flight. And I thought to myself, since there's open borders between AEW and Impact Wrestling, I should bring Private Party, my guys, to Impact Wrestling for a warm-up match. And you know what? TK, Tony Khan, you're going to love this. I know you're listening. This is money. It's big money, especially for me. Because you guys wrestle tonight, I get 50% from you and you, because this is a third party. And tomorrow night in our match, I get 30% from you, 30% from you, 100% from me. So that's a 260% payday. That is big money Matt style. Hang on. First of all, your math is way off. Second of all, did you say warm-up match? Because I think you forgot exactly who you're talking to. Because this right here, no disrespect, guys, this is a private conversation, not a private party.
No. You don't speak to them. They're not experienced enough to speak for themselves. You speak to me. I'm the spokesperson. As a matter of fact, all 4 of you should be down on your hands and knees thanking me. You should be praising me. My back, and I saved it from going bankrupt. The 4 of you have a spot. You have a job because of me. As a matter of fact, I'm so fired up right now. I think their warm-up match needs to be against the 2 of you, the Good Brothers, for the Impact Wrestling World Tag Team titles. As a matter of fact, those World Tag Team titles are the same ones that my brother and I, Jeff Hardy, never ever lost. Impact Wrestling stripped them away from us in some stupid teleportation angle. It was absurd.
Hey, Matt, that has nothing to do with us. That has nothing to do with us. Big Money, Matt, I like your style. I like your moves, but from where we're standing, there are 2 teams in this ring. And neither one of them are wearing these Impact Wrestling World Tag Team titles. So it seems like maybe y'all should fight it out, and we should go in the back and finish off that hoot blood, available at tnsmania.com.
So let me understand this right. What you're saying is, if my team beats this team, then they get a shot for the World Tag Team titles?
Yep.
All right, well then I'm going to have my team, my fleet of lawyers, contact Impact Wrestling's lawyers, and I'm going to make this official. And tonight, I need the 2 of you to be vicious, mean, and cruel. And I need you to do whatever it takes to win by any means necessary. Do you understand? Do you understand? Tonight, after they beat you, they're coming for your titles. The truth is the truth.
Wow, new faces everywhere. The midweek wars are pushing every single athlete in our sport to be their absolute best.
Absolutely, Striker, but don't bury the lead. We just got a number contenders match for the Impact World Tag Team titles. Chris Sabin and James Storm against, I cannot believe I'm saying this, AEW Private Party.
It's absolutely amazing. And now let's take it to the back where Gia Miller is standing by with another new face, but this one is a bit more familiar.
Please welcome my guest at this time, Matt Cardona. Matt, welcome to Impact Wrestling. First of all, congratulations on your win at Hard to Kill.
Thank you.
I know that a disqualification may not have been the win you expected, but regardless, it was a huge moment, and it was your Impact Wrestling debut.
You know, for the past couple days, I've been getting the same question over and over and over and over. Why are you here in Impact Wrestling? And the answer is really simple. An opportunity. I've made a career out of making the most out of opportunities. 18 years, but believe it or not, I'm not here with a chip on my shoulder. I'm not here to prove all the doubters wrong. I'm here to prove my fans, and more importantly, prove myself right.
All right, it is official. The ink is dried and it is certified. Tonight, a #1 contenders match for the Impact World Tag Team titles. Private Party with Matt Hardy versus Chris Sabin and James Storm right here tonight.
Impact Wrestling is bringing back the Knockouts Tag Team titles. Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz face the team of Taya and Rosemary. Kiera Hogan connects, locks the hands, and Kiera and Tasha are going to the finals. And the powerhouse Havoc looking for a tombstone pile driver. And Havoc and Nevaeh will be hard to kill. Who will become the new Knockouts Tag Team champions? Knockouts Tag Team titles on the line.
Say it one time.
Fire and Leva.
Havoc and Nevaeh are like the Doc and Gordon of the Knockouts division.
Me, we're the odds-on favorite to win these championships tonight.
Here comes Havoc.
Oh, that caught Havoc.
Instant hit. They got him.
New knockout tag team champions.
Hold on. Isn't this where we turned our screens orange? Didn't we get duped like this before?
Wait, it's way different than that, okay? This is the Fire and Flavor Festival. I mean,
What's that
it's
even mean?
Celebration of your Knockouts Tag Champions. You know, and new. Get it? And new. Forever.
I'm thinking no.
Wait. Listen to this.
I got a special deal. Okay, now what if I bring out a discount for the package?
Whoa, a discount.
You mean you're paying me, right? What?
That's how it works, man. No, that is not
Discount,
what
now you're talking. You two Brizzards are finally ready for the Swing Man 2-for-1 special.
If you don't get your hourly hands off me,
First of all,
back on with you.
What? You got cash?
Cash for what, Daddy?
Well, maybe, just maybe, you could afford the platinum package. We'll get you in the ring with the new Knockouts Tag Champs.
In the ring with both of you? For Kiss Ash? Oh, sorry, Daddy, no Kiss Ash.
Well, hold up. I know that looks familiar. Ain't that,
Gucci?
Oh, damn!
Swinger. We all know you stole the money from them.
Yeah, yep, you sure did. Give me my money. He did. Give me my money.
You stole the money from me.
Won't matter because we have a better investment for you. The celebration, the new Knockouts Tag Champs.
You got a package. We got a package for you.
Oh, this has got to be the wrong floor. What's going on here? What is it?
Maybe you want to buy a package to the Flyer Flavor Festival, the new Knockouts Tag Champs. You know you want to come.
I'm good. I have 2 kids. I can't be going to some dumb party. You got that?
Oh, hell no. He is rude. Oh, hell no. That was unnecessary.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me?
Yeah,
I'm the most professional wrestler.
No, you're kind of sounding unprofessional right now, bro.
Oh, yeah? Tons of fun? You want to step up? Get your head knocked off?
All right, buddy. See you in the ring.
Fire and Flavor Fest. What do you think that'll be like?
Dude, I don't know, but I want to find out.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing team #1, accompanied to the ring by Impact Wrestling Knockout Champion Deonna Purrazzo, the team of Kimberly and Susan.
At Hard to Kill, we saw brand new Knockouts Tag Team champions crowned. And now the Knockouts division, while Deonna Purrazzo has led the charge, has now advanced. It's evolved now because the tag teams are the focus.
The Knockouts division is evolving, like you said, and it is thriving. Some of the best athletes in this business, in this sport, are the Knockout division right here in Impact Wrestling.
Interesting team of Kimberly and Susan.
Their opponents, Jordan Grace and Chad.
D'Lo, if you know me, you know I love this sport so deeply, and this tag team to me is a throwback. Jordan Grace has that power. Jazz has so much experience.
You might as well call this team the heavy hitters. Like, right there, Jordan Grace is that power, and Jazz has all the experience, and Jazz, she can knock your head straight too.
Absolutely, Jordan Grace's career can only benefit from her alignment with Jazz as the Knockouts tag team division continues to get stronger and stronger. Jordan Grace and Kimber, as well as Susan and Jazz, referee Dan Spence has got to get some kind of...
You know, I was mentioning Jordan Grace's strength. I saw that woman squat 315 pounds clean for reps the other day.
It's amazing, and that was a micro brawler made of her as well. I don't think it does her justice.
I know, I don't think I can squat 315 pounds.
Cover here, Jazz with the deep leg hook. Let's talk about Jazz, man. Over 25 years of service to the sport, trained with the legendary Junkyard Dog as well as Rod Price. Jazz was inspired when she saw Jacqueline Moore grace the ring.
Look, I've known Jazz for a long time. She's what we call an OG in this business. She gets command, respect. She commands respect in the locker room, in the ring, everywhere she goes. Anything this woman does in this business is almost royalty.
Jazz puts Susan into the corner. Tag made to Jordan Grace. You'll see the tag rope dangling there. And of course, rules matter in this world. You have to hold on to the tag ropes. And both feet should be on the apron, but sometimes our officials here are a little cocky.
Sometimes there's a little leeway, but both feet should be firmly on the apron. One hand holding that rope. And let's go for the tag.
Let's talk about the fact that Susan, while this incarnation is relatively new, that there's a certain thinking woman's wrestler here. She's not going to be able to go power for power with Jordan Grace or hold for hold with, say, Deonna Purrazzo, but Susan does bring something different to the division.
She's a cerebral assassin. Like, she's got that mental acuity, and that's what she brings to this division, and that's what she's going to bring to this match.
All right, looks like Jordan Grace may have tweaked her elbow. We'll keep an eye on it when we come back. This tag team match continues right here on Impact. Welcome back to Impact Wrestling. While we were away, Jordan Grace has fought back from the floor, back into the ring, but Kimberly has her trapped in a leg vice, a scissors hold. Shoulders down.
Jordan took some tremendous punishment on the floor, around the ring area while we were in break, and to her credit, Jordan has fought back into the ring, but it's just not looking good right now.
Look at Susan following the rules and showing the referee. I like that there's a little bit of personality as well.
I told you she's a thinking woman's wrestler, so she used the tag ropes. Now let's see what she can do on the physical side.
You know, this sport of professional wrestling, it truly is about physical and mental. I mean, Deonna Purrazzo and Taya Valkyrie had an absolute classic at Hard to Kill, and I think the entire division, actually the entire locker room, male and female, realized that everyone has to step it up.
It was a classic chess match. It was hold, counter, hold, move for move. And, unfortunately for Taya Valkyrie, the best woman won that night, Deonna Purrazzo, but neither woman needs to hold her head in shame. It was one hell of a match, and yes, it set the knockout division up.
While Susan tried to get cute with Jazz, it gave Jordan a moment of reprieve, and now the power of Jordan Grace on display. Hard shot, disrupts the breathing.
Going for a muscle buster, but Susan countered it.
Slap there. Reminds you of the great traditions of their Liger as Susan continues to battle out. You see, Susan's really using her smarts.
She's using angles and leverage too. I mean, like she's countering and manipulating her body to reverse holds.
It's a great point. People will tell you don't come straight on any fight, any kind of combat sport. You want to come from an angle. And I think Susan and Kimberly are taking advantage of it.
What a great spin kick right there. There it is.
Deep leg hook, but it's not enough. Look at Jordan's face.
Jordan is mad. It's going to take a little more than that to beat Jordan Grace, I'll tell you that. And right now, Jordan's only focus is to get that tag to Jazz.
Ow! Now let me ask you something. Would you want to start that kind of fight when Jazz is about 10 feet down the apron?
No, I would not, because if Jordan can get the Jazz, the business will pick up, and man, it's going to hurt.
I think you want to keep it wrestling, hold for hold. I mean, like I mentioned, Jazz's training is great, but if you turn this into a fight, if this devolves from a wrestling match to a brawl, you have to believe that Jazz is the winner.
Yes, Jazz is going to come out on top of that. I want to keep it, divide the ring in half. Keep Jordan on my half of the ring.
And it's incredibly smart because we're witnessing that Kimber and Susan have a plan. They have kept Jordan isolated from Jazz. It's not lost on anyone in the locker room what Jazz has done in our great sport. But Jordan Grace is the here and now. On the move, went for the clothesline, big kick, back elbow. Jamming for it here. Duck, big lariat clothesline. Jordan Grace now has to find the will to make the tag.
If she can get over there, this match complexity is going to change completely.
As Kimberly stirs, Jordan starting to get her breath, crawling and reaching. Tag made. Here comes the legendary Jazz. Tag made. Here comes Susan. Susan took a second to unbuckle her jacket there, and Jazz did not wait at all.
No, not at all. And there's just this fist of flying.
Look what Jazz did right there. Started to instruct Jordan Grace. Understands that Jordan is a great athlete and needs to be utilized. Deanna is absolutely apoplectic, beside herself. Nice Vader splash there. And look what Jordan does. Picks up Susan, sends her right into Jazz.
DDT!
Time-honored maneuver. Is it enough to know? My gosh, the DDT. I mean, everyone knows Jake the Snake Roberts used it as an expertise move. Tommy Dreamer, Raven. But as the sport has evolved, the DDT has become less impactful. But Jazz's DDT right there just seemed a little harder than everyone else's.
There was a decisive thud when it came to that.
I know exactly what Deanna's doing. We've watched this sport enough in our life to know how this here is gonna end. Referee in position.
No!
1, 2, 3.
Here are your winners, Kimberly and Susan.
Look, what do you want me to say? A lot of people claim that, the sport is out of touch or there needs to be change. Rules like that need to be changed because we have seen matches ruined for outside interference far too many times.
I'm sorry, that's just hot garbage right there.
There it is.
That is just hot garbage.
Taya Valkyrie, after losing your match at Hard to Kill to Deanna Purrazzo for the Knockouts title, the world wants to know, what's next for you?
What's next for me? Okay, we all just witnessed Deanna helping her two little friends, Kimberly and Susan. So, we can recognize that they're three of the dirtiest players in the game. And if they think I am not going to play dirty, they got another thing coming. So what's next for me? Can I help you, Bravo? You're interrupting.
I always knew you know how to play dirty. I didn't know how dirty you would get.
I literally have no idea what you're
It was you that sprayed Larry D. Turn him into Lorcy. He shot me, Taya.
That's... No. I had nothing to do with that, Bravo.
Yeah, you did.
Taya, enough. We found the ring rust in your bag. We found the prints on the gun. Your prints on ring rust. Hell, GTV even has the footage. You did it.
You're right. I did it. I never supported yours and Rosemary's relationship. Come on, I was trying to save her. And you've been useless since day one. Day one, Bravo. The only regret I have is that you didn't die.
Enough, guys. Good. Enough.
Nope.
No.
No.
Get her out of here.
Get her.
Get her out of here. Get her out of here. Oh my God.
Whew. Where are they taking her?
If she's lucky, she'll go to Jacksonville State Prison. But for what she did, and she's not that lucky, I think they're going to send her to Stanford Maximum Penitentiary for 2 years, maybe an option for 3, and trust me, that'll change a person's soul forever.
I hope they don't send her to Baltimore.
Hold me.
It's finally over.
Valkyrie, what have you done?
I'm sorry, I should have told you. I just couldn't let you marry him. He's a monster. We had a plan. I'm sorry.
Why didn't you just tell us?
I don't know. But I just want you to know that one of my biggest accomplishments here, and whatever I do next, is having you as my friend and having you in my corner. I'm sorry.
This is why we don't have friends. Never works out well for us, does it? Does that frighten you?
Frighten me? That excites me.
The following is a paid announcement of All Elite Wrestling, and I'm Tony Schiavone. You're looking at the AEW Control Center, shot in Atlanta, Georgia. This is a real production studio. Now, before we break down tomorrow night's loaded AEW Dynamite on TNT, I want to toss it to AEW President Tony Khan with a special guest.
Thank you very much, Tony. It's great to be back here on Impact Wrestling via these paid ads. I'm joined this week by a special guest, Jerry Lynn. We're going to be watching Impact Wrestling very closely tonight because my good friend Matt Hardy, Big Money Matt as I like to call him, is going to be on Impact tonight along with Private Party, who have the chance to become the #1 contenders to the Impact World Tag Team Championship tonight if they can beat James Storm and Chris Sabin. That's going to be a great match. Private Party are one of the most athletic tag teams in the world. They set a great example, and they're going to show why AEW is the #1 wrestling company and why Dynamite's the #1 show in wrestling. After they get done with Chris Sabin and James Storm tonight, Private Party also have a huge match tomorrow night as part of a big night on AEW Dynamite live on TNT. Tony, why don't you tell them more about it?
This Wednesday, live on Dynamite on TNT, it's the Inner Circle Tag Team Challenge. Santana and Ortiz against Chris Jericho and MJF versus Sammy and Hager. Hangman Adam Page teams up with the Dark Order celebrating his birthday. The American Nightmare Cody Rhodes will battle Pretty Peter Avalon. Legit Layla Hirsch battles Penelope Ford. Plus, we'll have an update from Miro and his new butler, and the former AEW World Champion Jon Moxley will be in action. Top Flight and Matt Sydal will team up to take on Private Party and Matt Hardy.
Speaking of Matt Hardy and Private Party have the chance to become the #1 contenders to the Impact World Tag Team Championship later tonight. And Matt Hardy, why is he here? He's here because I asked him to come. Matt Hardy's my answer to the stuff you guys have been pulling on me. If the question is, can I out-Carney Impact Wrestling? No, I cannot. Because I'm not a Carney. I'm a nice guy. But you know who is a Carney? Big Money Matt Hardy. He's the biggest Carney in pro wrestling. He's the greediest guy in the sport. He's a huge shyster. I understand he's taking 50% of his guys' pay for this match tonight. I don't care. It makes no difference to me. All I care about is that AEW is dominant and we look good tonight. Matt Hardy, I'm expecting results. I'll be out there scouting the match, and also on their Impact Wrestling tonight, I plan to pay you for tonight's ad and next week's in advance. Jerry, what do you think?
I think it's a great idea. We should check this match out.
Let's do it. You know which way the ring is?
I think it's this way.
Well, after you.
All right, go.
Thanks, bud. Hey, Tony, back to you.
Thanks a lot, guys. Join us this coming Wednesday, 8 o'clock, 7 Central, for Dynamite live on TNT.
Wow, Tony Khan and Jerry Lynn here in the Skyway Studios. D'Lo, are the enemies at the gate?
The enemies are at the gate. The enemies are sitting at the dining room table.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Impact World Champion, Rich Swann.
You know, as I look at Rich Swann, I see him dancing, exuberant, happy to be here. I wonder if that term enemies may have not been right. Perhaps it's wrong of me to assume that just because they are quote-unquote outsiders, that they're here to do us wrong. Perhaps they're not.
I have no doubt they're here to do mischievous things. They are here to destroy our company. They are here to wreck shop.
No, it's about bettering the sport. Look at what Rich Swann's story is all about. Rising from nothing, rebuilding himself, going back to nothing, rebuilding himself again. That's this sport. I can't really subscribe to the fact that someone will want to ruin it, but it remains to be seen. Let's hear from the Impact champion on Impact right now.
Cut that down for me, baby. Cut that down for me. Impact. Saturday at Hard to Kill, being Impact World Champion. And not only did I feel the pressure of being World Champion, I felt the pressure of leading this entire company of Impact Wrestling into war with the Good Brothers and AEW World Champion Kenny Omega. I live for that pressure. I thrive off that pressure. That's why I do this. I know Chris Sabin, he came out here and he left his heart out here in the middle of this ring. I came out here, I left my heart out here in the middle of this ring. And Moose, he definitely came out here and he showed out for Impact Wrestling. But I'd be lying if I say that whole entire match I didn't have in the back of my mind them trust issues. And who could blame me? After everything that Moose has done the past 8 months, walking around here claiming he's the real world champion, targeting me, mind games, targeting my friends, hell, even to go as far as to put one of my best friends, Willie Mack, on the shelf. Now I know my full attention has been on the Good Brothers and Kenny Omega, and I don't even know if everything between Kenny and I is over. But what I do know is Kenny ain't in this building tonight. And so for the first time in a long time, Rich Swann's schedule is wide open. Moose, you wanted my attention. Moose, you got my attention. So what I want you to do is bring that big gallon head out here, and so we can settle this once and for all.
Gotta love Rich Swann's intensity.
Striker, that is a challenge laid down by the world champ.
Well, listen, I think a lot of experts can agree that this man, Moose, he was elevated and hard to kill. He showed integrity, he showed poise, patience, and that to me makes Moose incredibly dangerous.
Definition of a star, performing the best when the lights are shining the brightest. And last week at Hard to Kill, this man right here showed the entire wrestling industry just how much of a megastar he really is.
As he stands under the spotlight, the look is complete from head to toe. The suit, the intensity of his stare, everything is tailor-made for greatness. You know, even the title in his left hand, I know it's mired in controversy, but it looks good. With Moose.
It looks the part. He looks the part. Remember though, this man is big, he's strong, he's athletic.
Focused as well. True athlete, a three-sport star of professional wrestling is the only sport that Moose cares about.
Rich, I know you're angry, but let me remind you, people tend to make bad decisions when they're angry. And those decisions tend to make me angry. And you know what I'm capable of when I get angry. Just ask your friend Willie Mack. Now, one thing I heard you say is you want to settle things. Well, the fact is, nothing between us is going to be settled until I get my Impact World title shot.
Well, why the hell do you think I called you out here, you idiot? I want to give you your world title match right here, right now. Let's go.
Rich. That's not how this situation works. You don't say when. I say when, because you're on my time.
Your time? Fair enough. On your time. But my only question is, what do we do now? Because I sure as hell ain't come here to talk.
Bang! There you go. You're on my time. Well, time's up. Right there, Moose put a stop to that right there. Grabbed Rich Swann by the throat.
This is part of a bigger plan for Moose. He wants it at his pace, and Rich cannot allow that, and Rich knows it.
Ooh! That Rich Swann's foot caught Moose right on the temple.
And now, Moose is being torn apart. We talked about the image on the screen as Moose walked down. Rich Swann is tearing Moose down because Rich needs to get to the Moose that's underneath all of it.
Where's Rich Swann going? Where's Rich going? Venus Splash!
Beautifully done. That's the message. You can wear the finest suits. You can walk around.
Yeah.
Finally! No locked doors this time. And oh, look at this. Typical Scott D'Amore. Promising opportunities and then chaos erupts. Huh? I know all about that. I know all about that. Yeah.
Hey, champ.
What? What is this? There was a stipulation involved, and you screwed me. He's holding the title.
Look, whoa. I don't know how you think I screwed you. We had a stipulation. As long as you were champion, TJP could not challenge for the title, and he didn't. Manic did.
They're the same person.
Of course they're the same person. Rohit, you've been walking around for weeks telling us that he's the same person. Everybody knows that. Don't you have a membership on Impact Plus?
Oh, this is ridiculous. Look, I am here because he has had many opportunities that he did not deserve. I want the one that is owed to me.
Look, I'll tell you what. Here's the deal. TJP's the champion. You can live with that. You can lump it. Whatever you want to do. But you want an opportunity? I'll give it to you. In 2 weeks, you and TJP right here on Impact. Settle it mono a mono.
Thank you. That's all I wanted. Was it that hard? Was it that hard? That's it. Finally, the exhibition title coming right back to where it belongs. Jeez! All that.
Do you think I should tell him that it's going to be a non-title match?
I think you'll figure it out. I'll see you, Scott.
In the main event tonight, Private Party take on James Storm and Chris Sabin to determine the number one contender for the Impact World Tag Team Championship. I can't wait to see this one kick off.
So no more deals, no more discounts, no more friends and family, no more of that. You either got the cash, got the bag, we got to go, or you can see your way out.
I mean, y'all the champs, you can find something for me to do.
No. Hell no. Wait, what? You think you can MC? Her? Huh, baby? Could you do that?
MC?
Yes.
You got it.
Hey,
Yes.
look at Brandon. Hey, Brandon! Get out of here. Just like Brandon.
Hey, Brandon, what's good? You know what's up?
We got something to tell you.
Yes.
You're just the man we've been looking for. I'm going to take you to a place real quick, okay? I'm going to need you to close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
Listen to this, okay? This is the celebration of champions, okay? This is the Fire and Flavor Festival, okay? This is the celebration of us becoming the Knockouts Tag Champ. We got catering coming all the way from the ATL. You know they got the best food. We got TT Cardi coming through with the performances with her friends. You know what I'm saying? In the best venue. Brandon, how does that
That's a
seem?
very good question.
Here's
Now, we have the silver package. You know that's going to be in the crowd.
In the crowd.
Or we have the gold package where you can be ringside. But this one right here, this is the one you want, Brandon.
For you.
The platinum package where you will be standing in the ring next to the champ. Because right now this is a freebie. This is a freebie. This is a preview. So you tell us, Brandon, what package do you want?
What package
you
you want,
talk
Brandon?
to us and you tell
In
us
the
how
ring,
big you want
with
the
the
package.
champs, you know, with
So
the
we'll
gold.
take the platinum.
Oh, would you look at that? It's all sold out. I'm
Sold out.
sorry.
My
Oh,
bad.
I don't
Gold.
know. That was.
Go. I think, didn't you say
You definitely can't
That's
get
sold
that
out
one.
too.
That was sold out.
Silver.
Oh, well, looks like that was sold out too. I just
All right.
What can we get?
What can we get?
You know what? I actually have a special package for the two of you.
Special.
It's bronze. Actually, it's copper. Okay? It's the package where you sit at home and you watch it on your TV screen
With your cat.
cat,
With your
with
cat.
Charlie. So why don't you go on home, say hi to Charlie for
Oh,
me,
you know what?
and we'll have fun at our
We got things
celebration.
to do. So the champion,
We got business.
we gonna
to
be
attend
out,
to.
all right?
So
Go
we
take
gonna
your
be out. Meow. Period.
The next match is set for one fall. Introducing first, from Queens, New York, the most professional wrestler, Brian Myers.
Now, D'Lo, for my money, Brian Myers' match with Josh Alexander on the Hard to Kill pre-show was absolutely fantastic. Brian Myers is such a good wrestler. If he wasn't such a horrible person, I would like him.
He is completely technically sound. There's nothing he cannot do inside that square circle. The problem is, he's just an ass.
Fair enough. I honestly don't think he cares what anyone thinks about him, though.
I know that.
His opponent from the Philippines, Bob.
I love this story of this unique athlete. For so long, Bob was being what he thought people wanted him to be. And then he finally realized, who do I want to be? And that's the Bob that we've come to know and love. And I think it's a great message for everyone.
Absolutely. When you find yourself, when you find your direction in life, it makes everything easier. Falaba is a great story.
Figuring out how to use what he's been given. Falaba uses his weight so beautifully. And Brian Myers is going to have a task ahead of him. For a single leg, I don't think that's going to work so much.
You know what? I think Brian Myers needs to do some research, and he can do it on the Impact Plus app. He can look at all the information there, pick up all the videos, look at all our shows.
You know, there's an interesting thing. I heard it. I don't know if it's true. So on shopimpact.com, Brian Myers wears these masks.
Yes.
And I understand there was a shortage of masks in Queens, Bayside, town where I grew up. Brian Myers jacked up the prices on all of his masks because he knew that people had to come buy them from him. I mean, that's...
He gouged the price on people? See, that goes back to what I said to him in the intro. He's just an ass.
Hard slam there by Falaba. Now the big man on the move, using ropes for momentum to increase.
Oh, my goodness. That's a leg drop. My goodness.
My gosh, I think we need a name for that leg drop cover here. Why don't you go on social media right now, go on Twitter, give me a hashtag follow-up, maybe name the move for us. Why not?
I'll go hashtag splat.
Fair enough. Good thing Myers was wearing black, huh? Follow-up now, once again on the move. Huge eraser. Cover, leg is hooked. Myers has to slide out.
Fala is bringing the heavy offense here. The huge leg drop, the running cross body.
You know, we're seeing the evolution of athletes. We see Joe Doring, right? Giant man. He does a cross body. We look at Madman Fulton. He can do things. Falaba also is shattering the prejudice or the preconceived image of what someone can do based off of how they look. Cover here. 2, no. 3 near falls already, all in the favor of Falaba.
And Fala, that's a once again, you have to look. Fala has a lot of weight. We talked about it, on Hard to Kill. When you distribute that weight across someone's chest, it exerts energy. The person has to exert energy to kick out. That wears you down.
Here we go now. Brian Myers is going to have to find something to shut Fala off, and maybe that top rope as a some sort of tag team partner may have been the turning point here.
Little jackhammer fist still going on.
Push cover there by Myers, and that isn't to win the match.
No, that is not there to win the match. That is to get into the mind game of Falaba. That's to insult him. That's to get him off his game plan.
Now, speaking of Fala's obvious girth, as the match wears on and Myers leans on him, it becomes harder and harder for Fala, correct?
Well, absolutely right. The bigger the athlete, you want to end the match quickly. Why do you think Fala came with the heavy offense in the beginning? You want a quick flash knockout. The longer this goes on, the cardiovascular kicks in, and that leads to the sleeker, thinner athlete, and that falls in the favor of Brian Myers.
By exerting energy to get up to his feet, open hand strikes to the side. Myers able to switch into a headlock, and he bellied up the pace. Here we go. Falaba standing his ground in the middle of the ring, making Myers come to him.
And you see all the motion is by Myers, so Fala's conserving energy for when he needs right here.
Fala now on the move. Myers is not in a good place. Oh. Now, D'Lo, would a cover benefit young Falaba right there?
I would have gone for the cover because you don't know if you get that flash knockout.
Fala rolling over, pressing all of his weight, but Myers, to his credit, continues to kick out.
See, that little bit of hesitation could have cost that extra 1 in 10 second that turns that 2.5 or 3. So you need to get that quick cover as quickly as possible.
Big mistake there. You can't hurt Fala's head. That's the thing. It was an inadvertent poke in the eye there. Fala was doing the no.
Yeah. Brian Myers seems to be...
Yeah, referee Brandon told us that it's part of the job to make sure to make sure the wrestler can continue, but evidently Brian Myers is perfectly able to continue. Hard clothesline there, leg is hooked, and that's it.
Wow. Here is your winner, Brian Myers.
An interesting sequence of events. Brian Myers was poked in the eye. That's going to happen in an athletic contest, but while the referee was doing his job, Myers used his mind. A low blow, and then the clothesline fells Falaba. Brian Myers is victorious. Congratulations. There's a lot going on here at Impact. Let's take a look at some more.
I'm on set with Ace Austin and Madman Fulton. Ace, talk to me. What happened at Hard to Kill?
Hard to Kill. We're talking about Hard to Kill again.
Again?
Yeah. What happened at Hard to Kill was what I like to call a tragedy. That's what it was. There were a lot of eyes on Hard to Kill, and you'd think in a situation like that, Impact Wrestling would want to put their best foot forward, right? I am the best here at Impact Wrestling. But what was I doing? I was forced to sit on a countdown panel and watch some embarrassing Josh Alexander match. I mean, Mr. Collegiate Wrestling. Nobody makes money doing that. Okay, you were the weak link in your team, and now it's time to fade into the background. Okay? What else happened at Hard to Kill? Oh, I went out there to insert myself in the X Division title match because that's where Ace Austin belongs. Title matches. Big money matches. And instead, I was Matt Cardona, who's always ready, he says. If by always ready you mean sitting and catering in your gear, okay? Where did you work before here? They paid you to not wrestle for a reason. Because people don't want to pay money to see you. People don't pay money to see Matt Cardona. They don't pay money to see Josh Alexander. They pay money to see Ace Austin.
Enough! Enough! Hey. Enough. For 2 years, I have listened to the supposed top prospect here in Impact Wrestling. Yeah. You like to spout it off. You like to talk. Guess what? I'm going to give you a free lesson, kid. You want to talk about lessons? Yeah. I'm going to give you a free one, so listen up. Sure. Yeah. Eyes and ears open, mouth shut for a change. Yeah.
What do you got?
Nothing is given in this business. It's earned. If you want something, you go out to the ring and you take it. I got no problem stepping foot in the ring with you. Just understand, I'm the guy to make sure you never reach that potential.
Really? Yeah. I think I earned. Yeah.
No! No! Hands off! Hands off of him! Ace, get out of here! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on, Ace! Come on, Ace! Huh? You all right? Yeah. Come on, Ace!
There you see it, ladies and gentlemen, barbed wire massacre. Let the pictures tell the story. The draw, Sami Callihan.
Some say he does not feel pain. Tonight we're going to test that. This man, Eddie Edwards, will not back down from anyone.
Both of these guys showing flesh. I don't think either are afraid to spill blood and leave flesh behind for their legacies in our sport.
My goodness, that just, you can already see the blood flowing.
And he is going to fly, and Sami Callihan is outsmarting Eddie Edwards. It's not because he's a better wrestler, it's because Eddie Edwards is fighting angry. Sami Callihan has been so vicious throughout this match. Blue Thunder Bomb! And again, Sami outsmarts Eddie Edwards. You want this? Here's yours. I'll take mine. Oh! Oh my gosh! Ow! There is something called fighting spirit, and Eddie Edwards has it. Boston knee party, barbed wire, rolling over, shoulders down, leg is hooked. Go kick out of one. Modification on Emerald Explosion. Is it enough? It is.
Eddie's wife, Alicia, she came down to take a look.
Wow. Get up here. Yeah, I'm beat up.
You know, Eddie, perhaps now would be a good time to cancel on all future barbed wire matches.
I do what I gotta do. You know that.
And I gotta do what I gotta do.
Doc!
What?
That big fat idiot fella, he poked me in the eye. You gotta check me out right now.
You look good. You're fine.
What are you doing?
I'm finishing over here.
Look, Eddie, you're basically a backyard right now. No one asked you to have a barbed wire match. I got poked in the eye.
Can we finish?
Hey, a professional wrestler. You want? How about next week? This backyarder shows you what professional wrestling and what a professional wrestler looks like. Okay. How about that?
You're lucky I'm not medically cleared right now. You're lucky.
I will see you there.
Gosh, D'Lo, sometimes the athletes in our sport can just be a little too tough for their own good.
Yeah, sometimes they don't know what's right and what's wrong. But you know what? Next week is going to be great. Because next week we're going to have Ace Austin and Madman Fulton taking on Josh Alexander and Matt Cardona.
And if that's not enough, the big man, the monster Joe Doring with Violent by Design by his side, take on Cousin Jake.
And look, we got Tennille Dashwood with Caleb versus the sick one, Rosemary.
And the one I've been waiting for, D'Lo, you promised you're going to get me in. It's Fire and Flavor Fest.
I got our tickets ready.
All right, fair enough. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what else is ready? Is our next match.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Impact Wrestling main event scheduled for one fall. The winners of this match will qualify for an Impact World Tag Team match. Introducing team number one first, from Detroit, Michigan, Chris Sabin.
With over 2,000 matches under his belt, a career that has spanned nearly 20 years, Chris Sabin can truly say he is a tag team specialist.
Without a doubt, he's won championships all over the world, multiple partners. Chris Sabin knows tag team wrestling.
Sorry about your damn luck.
His tag team partner from Leapersburg, Tennessee, Cowboy Tim Storm.
For over half his life, this man has only known one thing, the sport of professional wrestling. From his early days, starting to train with full PD of PG-13 in the
Without a doubt, James Storm is one of the best this industry has seen, whether it's in tag tag team or in singles, James Storm can compete against the best in the world.
Here we go.
Their opponents accompanied to the ring by their manager, Matt Hardy. From a location where you need an invitation, Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn. Private Party!
D'Lo, I think you'll agree, Matt Hardy is perhaps the greatest tag team wrestler of all time. I defy you to change my mind, but Isaiah Cassidy on the left and Mark Quinn on the right really have a fine, fine line to walk here tonight.
Absolutely. And right there, you have two young, charismatic, athletic young men who want to prove they belong.
For the first time ever, Private Party versus Chris Sabin and James Storm. It happens in an Impact Wrestling ring when we come back after this. Welcome back to Impact Wrestling. This match just started. It is Private Party against Chris Sabin and James Storm. That right there is Isaiah Cassidy in the ring with Chris Sabin.
Right now, it's just a battle of hold and counter hold. Right now, we got an arm ring. But both men are trying to be athletic and quick.
And I have to be fully transparent. I have a personal connection to Private Party. Of course, they are from Brooklyn. I'm from Queens. They trained at the House of Glory. My friends Brian XL, the Amazing Red, the SAT. They innovated a style, and now Private Party is capitalizing on it.
You know any other parties?
Amazing Red. I do believe Chris Sabin won his first X Division title from the Amazing Red. So there's a bit of history here, via by proxy, with Private Party and Chris Sabin.
Look at this, two evenly matched young men here. Like, just the quickness, the athleticism. Hold for hold.
Now, Private Party broke the internet. They made history when they made their debut on All Elite Wrestling. They defeated the Young Bucks in the first round of the AEW Tag Title Tournament on their debut. Imagine what they can do here tonight.
I mean, that was a huge win for them. Probably the biggest win of their career. But yes, tonight, if they win, that sets them up to be the #1 contender for the Impact World Tag Team titles.
Nice done there. Great tag team wrestling. We saw Matt Hardy on the outside there as Marquette goes for a cover. Matt Hardy mentioned that he takes 50% of this gate because it's a third-party booking, 30% of the salary of Private Party. Is that a bit of an out-of-touch, old-school wrestling kind of thing?
That's really stupid, bro. Like, 50%. Wow.
I know, it was a good wrestler, but then went on to be a great match with the Samoans. Michael Hayes did it with the Hardy Boys themselves.
Absolutely.
And now Matt Hardy imparting his wisdom as well.
Yeah, but you know, the tutelage, it is priceless. It's not 50% priceless, but it is priceless with the information, what experience he's going to, Matt Hardy's going to give these young men.
I'm talking about experience. James Storm, the most experienced athlete in this match, and you can see it just by how he commands the ring.
He moves with a purpose. Yeah. There's nothing that's wasted, nothing.
Yeah? How about that? Look at that. Left you speechless, huh?
That was wasted right there.
Unbelievably done. Now, I understand in this day and age, all these moves have like cute names and stuff, but Private Party have an excellent finisher. It's called Gin and Juice. Now, while I'm hopeful we don't see it here tonight, it's something that you should seek out.
I'm thinking, whoa! James Storm just took a kick to the head. He just went to the floor.
James Storm out on the floor now. He has had a history of concussions after being...
Hey!
Wait a minute. That man on the left, that's the founder and CEO of All Elite Wrestling. That's Mr. Tony Khan. And the man setting up the chair, that's Jerry Lynn. He's one of the greatest wrestlers of the last 30 years. But what are they doing here? What are their intentions?
That's the million-dollar questions right there. What are they doing here?
Look at the smile of Tony Khan.
Just smug. He's taking notes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the big question. What are the enemies doing here? They're inside of our walls, and Impact Wrestling is fighting for its life. Welcome back to Impact Wrestling. If you are just joining us, Private Party on loan from All Elite Wrestling inside an Impact Wrestling ring, taking on James Storm and Chris Sabin. And the bigger news, that the founder and CEO of All Elite Wrestling, Mr. Tony Khan, is here in Impact, as well as Jerry Lynn. And personally, Jerry Lynn's matches with Chris Candido are some of my absolute favorite. Jerry Lynn, one of the best.
You and me both. But beside the point, The Jerry Lynn that we knew and love is not the Jerry Lynn that's right here. The Jerry Lynn that's here is an enemy of our company.
This private party you see there, there's Isaiah taking advantage of referee Brian Hebner, doing his job at keeping Chris Sabin out. For these two young men that have only been wrestling for about 6 or 7 years, they really have a veteran presence about them, D'Lo.
You can see that they're naturals in the ring, the way they move, the way they flow, the way they command themselves. Look at the technician. They're cutting the ring in half. They're making James Storm right now work to get close to Chris Sabin, and they're keeping him isolated.
And also, I happen to know that these are good kids. Right? They're raised well, and I happen to know that the families of these kids, hang on a second here, don't particularly care for Matt Hardy. Another cover there, close to the ropes. I know Grandma Cassie tells me.
Well, I would tell them to stay away from two, taking 50 or 30% respectively on the bookings. Stay away. Hell, I'll represent them for 20, 25%.
One person who cannot stay away is Matt Hardy. And, you know, I mentioned that he's a player coach. D'Lo, I think that someone that has been in the sport makes a better manager than someone that hasn't. Look at the Jacksonville Jaguars. They just hired Urban Meyer. Great coach, never played the game. Matt Hardy, on the other hand, is a player coach. And I think that makes all the difference in the world.
You know, Matt Hardy is someone who has been in the sport, almost got him there, competed at the highest level, so now he's imparting that wisdom back down. And yes, it's someone who's been here, competed at the highest level, is 9 times out of 10 a better player coach than someone who has.
Yeah, and I think that transcends sports. You know, we talked about American football. What about international football? You look at someone like Carlo Ancelotti, who played for the Italian national team. Now he coaches Everton, Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp. All of these great English managers are really bringing their teams to stardom, and that's what Matt Hardy is doing for Private Partner.
You're really going on. I like it. I like it.
Shout out to my friends at Man City, Liverpool, and Everton, and everywhere else.
I'm a Liverpool. I love it.
You'll never walk alone. You've just upset everyone in Man City.
You'll
Back
never
to the
walk
action
alone.
here. Flip out. Isaiah Cassidy onto his feet. Tag made to Mark Kent. Here comes Chris Sabin coming in high and hot.
Double cross body.
Now Chris Sabin, a pure tag team wrestler, taking on 2 opponents at one time at no fault of his own as James Storm convalesces on the apron. Waistlock go behind there by Sabin. Sends Cassidy into Ken. Kick doubles over Cassidy. Kick off of Ken's head and a big DDT.
What impact on that DDT? It completely out of the ring.
And it leaves Chris Sabin in a distance from Mark Kent. And Sabin fills in the distance. Leaping elbow sends Quinn back into the middle. And now Sabin leaps up. Look at the positioning and timing of Chris Sabin as it is compared to the other wrestlers.
Look at that. You see how Sabin has elevated the pace of this match. He's brought it to where he wants it. He's quickened the pace in a place where he's more comfortable.
Sabin just locked eyes with James Storm, and that's something that just can't be taught. You have to feel it. And now push off for the elevation as well as the impact. Quinn is down. Sabin in. Hebner down. 2. No!
That took a lot of intestinal fortitude to kick out of there right there. I gotta tell you that I would have. I think I would have lost.
There you go. The left hand of Tony Khan taking huge notes. You know, they say that lefties are sinister. They say it's evil.
Aren't you a lefty?
My wife is a lefty. Back to the action in the ring now. Double hook. It looks like they're going for a suplex there. Isaiah, though, saving his partner. Big drop kick by Quinn sends Sabin out. Storm and Cassidy remain. Up and over. The big man is alone, but he goes out onto the floor.
Storm recovered quite nicely from that. Landed on his feet on the floor. Was able to capitalize.
Now that leaves Mark Quinn to do what it is that he does best, but Chris Sabin will not allow it. Sabin has really been the linchpin in this match for Team Impact, dare I say.
Yeah! What a combination!
Long blower, shoulders down, leg hook, not enough!
Did you see that? The momentum carried Mark Quinn right into the lung blower.
Eli, I understand that we're under the Impact banner, but we're also fans of the sport. While we are rooting for Sabin and Storm, or at least we should be, I think the sport is benefiting from what we're seeing as well.
Look, at the end of the day, anytime you have 2 companies coming together, combining forces, working with each other and against each other, it's better for everybody.
Long legs coming into play there as Storm doubles him over now and uses his power. Does James Storm. Cassidy now feeds in, catches the boot of James Storm. I'm sure he's watched plenty of James Storm matches.
Yeah, but he doesn't know this trick, does he? He knows that trick.
He's hurt himself there on the shin. You can just see the difference in the training. You can see where our sport is going with guys like Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn, and of course Matt Sydal and a lot of these other guys continue to innovate. already mentioned a big match coming up on All Elite Wrestling. Of course, we'll keep our eyes on that, but the eyes of the world are fixed on Impact right here. There you see Matt Hardy standing at the apron, shouting instructions to Private Party. He has brought them here tonight on Impact Wrestling to challenge Sabin and Storm, and the stakes are high.
The stakes are incredibly high. The winner of this match, let's not forget, are now going to be deemed the #1 contenders for the Good Brothers Impact World Tag Team titles. That's a huge, huge opportunity.
Absolutely. An opportunity is what lies ahead of us. Of course, the next time we're on pay-per-view will be in the month of April for Rebellion, but as they say, we have miles to go before we sleep.
Oh! Very athletic. I mean, it's completely athletic here.
Drop toe hold onto the knees, keeps Sabin in position. His back is exposed. What is Mark Quinn going to do here?
Oh, my goodness! What is it of offense? 1, 2!
Not enough. Couldn't hook that second leg. You saw Quinn going for it. Storm saw it as well, and now James Storm back into the fray. And D'Lo, you'll forgive me, I've lost count of who's legal here. I'm going to assume it's Storm and Quinn.
You know, we've lost count, but I can guarantee one person who knows who's legal, and that's referee Brian Hebner.
Fair enough.
Oh,
was that legal? Was that reality?
Did you see the elevation? How high he got above the rope?
Big boot there by Sabin as the action continues in the ring. There's Jerry Lynn.
Jerry Lynn, what are you doing?
That is completely out of character
What
for
are you
Jerry
doing?
Lynn.
You got him down. 1, 2, 3.
He got him.
Here are your winners, Private Party.
Private Party and Matt Hardy will be rolling down the Gavin Pike, sipping on gin and juice. A huge victory here. Give the assist to Jerry Lynn. Tony Khan knows what he has done. And now, D'Lo Brown. Private Party are the #1 contenders to the Impact Tag Team titles.
The representatives of AEW are the #1 contenders for the Impact World Tag Team titles. What if they beat the Good Brothers?
And they show up on all of the devil. I don't think the brothers anticipated this turn of events.
Like this caught us off guard, I believe it caught them off guard as well.
You saw Matt Hardy staying close to his charges, whispering in their ear, don't let these guys intimidate you.
And look at the Good Brothers just slowly taking their time, setting the pace.
This is designed to intimidate these young fellas.
Mind game, complete mind game.
Can Private Party defeat the Good Brothers for the Impact Tag Team titles? That is the question. D'Lo, do they have it?
No matter what, it doesn't seem like Private Party will be intimidated at all by the Good Brothers.
What you've seen here is the Private Party. Well, hang on, we might not get that answer here.
What's
going on here is that Storm and Sabin definitely have a gripe. They feel slighted. They've given so much. They want to be in line for the tag team titles. Everyone realizes how important the titles are here in Impact, and Private Party has just stepped in. Ladies and gentlemen, the balance of power on the global stage of the sport of pro wrestling is violently shifting. Will ego and pride tip the scales, or will pure competition balance it out?